Yeah, I got to close out because I do need someone who moderated. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Out-of-Body Explorers. I am doing an update here since I have not posted a lot of videos. And the reason why, life got in the way. Second of all, also, the ethers are very hostile. They've been getting very hostile in the last, I would say in the last 6 months. And a lot of it has been appearing in my bedroom. So I feel like when people want to have an out-of-body experience, they don't realize there's these other portals that you're opening yourself up to. So that's really important. And the other thing is too, if you're going to be an out-of-body explorer, you really need to start working on the research of what's happening in life right now. Oh, you know what? Is the post supposed to be straight? I don't even know. This is my first time. I'm just rotating. Rotate device back. Okay. I didn't know. Live? I thought live you had to do it across. Anyways, my first time doing a live at a, 16, 19, 9 and 16? Whatever. Here are a couple of things that I do want you to work on right now, because if you don't believe there's time travel, it's happening. And I don't want to say it's complete time travel. It's really just seeing that everything's in the present moment, that you can actually go forward, backwards in time. And that's important. But if you're not working on yourself, and if you notice that all the people around you are not vibing with you, and you're like, I think it's time for me to exit. And that also includes family members. And if your family members are a big struggle in your life, I think it's time for you to really take a step back. Because guess what? I think the bottom line is, people think that because they're your family members that you have to really struggle to stay with them. And in reality, they're just putting you down and they're not helping you. So find a way to save yourself, because that's really the thing. I'm here at Vegas right now. It's gorgeous. I love this place. But that's one of my things. And also, if you're doing the Great Awakening has a whole bunch of different angles at it. And now, if you're into the scientific part, just know all the science has been a lie. If you are into the Illuminati, there's so much information out there. If you're into the follow the money, there's more books than you would believe. And I'm going to list all these things because I have this whole round point of view of what I think is important. But when you follow the money, you realize that the 3D world connects with that spiritual world. And if you don't realize this is a spiritual war, it's because of what our beliefs here that do not help us understand the outside world of black magic and that spiritual war. So the problem here is, if you don't understand history or want to learn about history and how that black magic even occurred, because it's there, then you're going to find this a little bit confusing. So the occult is something that I research a lot. I'm on Zoom conferences with Jesse Zerbata. You can go on those conferences too. You can ask all these questions. It's so good to actually get a live person explaining all these things. And that's why my last video is about Nathan Reynolds, because I really jive with that, because there are things that he says that I have seen in my out-of-body experiences. And I would tell you in a million years, like, yeah, I saw some vampires last night. I'm a complete normal person. If you want to say normal is what I do for a living, is I teach, and I'm just going to work like a normal human being. I don't want to cause any drama, but a lot of those entities are around us all the time. And that's why you have to pray every day for these individuals. And I also learned about the violet flame, and my friend Carla Gito, she's the one who explained a lot of this, because she's one of my other mentors, actually a friend, kind of like knew since we were little. She has now explained the violet flame to me. I do the Hawaiian Ho'oponopono. Not that I even knew it was the Hawaiian Ho'oponopono. I just knew to always go into forgiveness and gratitude. And I now stick with that. Although I have to tell you, the violet flame goes through all these dimensions and how you can go into forgiveness and then connect that with God. So that's how I give my interpretation to it. I think it's really helpful. I should really bring her on as a guest so she can explain this, because I think when people are hooked onto certain, mentors and gurus, some of those gurus have been hijacked. And that's why I don't have like this person that I'm like, that's just who I'm going to listen to. I only listen to podcasts that are given to me by God, and they're given to me in the morning. And this morning, my fifth grade teacher passed away in 2020 this morning, or on October 17th. I didn't know, I had no idea that he actually passed away on this date, but he came to me to tell me how proud he was with me and my accomplishments here, and that he was happy that I didn't retire fully and that I continue teaching, because I think he retired a little too early and he probably should have been teaching, because his ways were just so, you know, amazing to me. And that's why I feel like, you know, he was one of my most influential people to tell me, you know, how he's proud of me. And so love is timeless. And so I want you to know that. My last thing about this is I'm going to post up some stuff about Jessie Zerbata. You can see also she has her site, Kingdom Living. She is going through a lot of lawsuits about some of this child trafficking. So there's the living proof of the things that I'm talking about, that I've seen, the trafficking tunnels. And I want everybody to research the occult, in the sense that it's all about that human sacrificing, you know, and I've seen it a very long time ago. And I've been teaching a lot of meditation about those systems. And I didn't even know I was teaching it. And now I realize why I was teaching it back then, about the dream state, and how I thought it was really important for people to write down their dreams. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to do a review on the movie Final Cut. I've already did a little video on it. I'm going to edit it and then put that on. I'm also very aware of what's going on with technology. And this is really important for everybody to understand, that you need to start going outside and separate yourself from that technology. So it is going to take over. I've seen many things in my out-of-body experience, but the most effective or movie that kind of blew me away is the movie Moonfall. And at the very end, they explain the technology system and how it really came into the humans and killed them. And when I did see that, I had an out-of-body experience 2 weeks before Moonfall came out. And they showed me the Millennium Falcon. I know in Star Wars they say it's a good ship, but in my out-of-body experience, it was a very bad ship. And it came down and tore people apart. And me and my boyfriend in this out-of-body experience ran in front of one of them. Actually, one came right to their head and beamed him in the head and started taking him down. But then he literally said, "No consent." And that word is really important, in no consent. I saw him say that. And as soon as he said that and put his hand up and said, "No consent," they flew away. And after that, 2 weeks later, is when I saw the ending of Moonfall. And that's what's really bothering me, because it's the same scene of what happened in my out-of-body experience, where we were trying to save this whole town that they just took down. So I think the awareness of the spiritual doors are open, and that portal is open. So many more people are going to see crazy visions, and everybody that I start meeting now are having out-of-body experiences. So I'm only here to help people. I don't care to get money from anybody, because I do make my own living. And I don't think that people need to do that, because then you become a desperado. And oh, this is the other thing. Also on TikTok, I am being offered $5,000 to stay on their agenda, to make sure that I am telling you the wrong information, because they think I'm going to be hard up for money. But most people that are doing this are getting $5,000 to $7,000. And they put up the topic, and they will push out your videos and make sure that you get all these subscribers. So it's a huge, huge scam. And now that I've been transferring some stuff on Facebook, they are not letting me do any of these things on Facebook. So know that I'm being shadow banned, and it's a lot to do because I'm telling you the truth about a lot of things. So if you followed my Facebook, now I'm not telling you to get on Facebook, because I think that's a crazy place. I only got on it because of one of my editing programs. So that led me into Facebook, which is they're shadow banning people. And also YouTube took away my video about fire in the sky. It's only on TikTok. I don't like TikTok video live, because it doesn't hold on to the video, because I'll probably upload this again and then put in pictures of what I'm talking about. And this is another thing that everybody should know. I'm a very well-researched person, because I don't believe my experiences are real. And when I all of a sudden see, someone being sacrificed, and the next thing you know, I'm seeing other visions, then I'm realizing, all right, I didn't learn that. And that's what happened to me in the past, because I thought I was going to be a cult rescuer. And don't forget that, which I'm taking this from X22. we were all in the cult. Think about it. You know, we were learning stuff that's not true. And now to break that cycle is like a mind control thing breaking out of a cult. And that's so right. It's like the whole world's in a cult. And my last note, I think you should be okay with people exiting your life, because that's what just happened to me with this older woman who was completely vaccinated and you name it, always liking somebody else and having TDS, flipped out on me because she called everybody demonic. And she called everybody demonic because she said they are now changing sides. They're changing sides because they're figuring it out. And if you don't know how the yugas work, which is like in the Indian culture, that basically we are going through the yugas, and the Kali Yuga time is now, which is the Iron Age, and we're pulling out of that age. But don't forget, we're not going to hit that golden age right away. It goes backwards, and I'm going to show you that right now, and I'll try to do a quick 1-minute video on it. But is this information overwhelming? Absolutely overwhelming. It's so overwhelming to the point where I myself cannot believe how overwhelming it is. So can you imagine what a normal person is trying to actually hear this? It's crazy. You're going to think to yourself, like, this can't be happening. But the best part about this is that people have lived a very long life. And if you're open to information and grasp this, then you're going to make sure your soul is going to be protected. And that's what I think the ultimate goal is. But there's still so many dark secrets going on where they're giving you all this information. You should just pray every morning and be like, please God, send me a message. And then the minute you get that message, I'm very clairvoyant. So I say, show me a picture right now. Boom. I see the picture, and that will always drive me into my what I need to listen to today. There's a lot of research and reading that you have to do if you want to know about the Constitution, which is connected to actually all those USC codes. That's, I think, an important part to get back your life, because everything's been a contract and we just have to break those contracts. Whether those contracts were written in your birth certificate or those contracts written in the relationships that you have, you kind of have to like transmute those contracts. Things get broken, but things get transmuted, and that's how love works. All right? Boy, I did that in a heartbeat, and that's 12 minutes already. All right, out-of-body explorers, I will catch you up. Don't forget, try to watch Final Cut with Robin Williams. And guess who? John Caviezel. I know people are saying this all the time. They're like, oh my God, John Caviezel's wife doesn't look like his wife, blah, 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 blah. But here's how I break down people. He was definitely part of the system. He was probably ritually abused. And then he goes into like the Jason Bourne project. And that's why he ended up doing the movie or the show. Oh my God, what's the show I just watched? Oh my God. Oh, Person of Interest. Person of Interest. I watched all 5 seasons. It's excellent. It tells you exactly what's going on now and how there's cameras everywhere. And they've been watching us the whole time. And Palantir is all about it right now because they show you it in the movie or in the show. Excellent. And I have to tell you, his mind was definitely fractured because he wouldn't have done that show. Okay. Just like the Jason Bourne show, because it's a real mind control program that the CIA did, and they fracture your brain, so they split your corpus callosum, and it's like then they abuse you, and then they put you back into safety, and then they abuse you, and they put you to safety, and it's just this mind control thing, and you basically have sleeper cells. And I think people need to explain that a little more, and that's why I like Nathan Reynolds, but Nathan Reynolds talks about that Jason Bourne project, and that's why I love Jim Caviezel. I love all his movies, and he has a lot of those time travel movies because he knows how this works. He did the movie Frequency. So I should probably do a thing on him because I feel like when they do see his wife, they're going to be like, what happened? So you can't really, well, I don't want to say can't. You can decide the way you want to decide. These people were ritually abused from the time that they're born. So it's really tough. And now he's trying to send out the message. And also be aware, they're showing me this right now about what podcast gets on, like, the Sean Ryan guy, I mean, you got to just look at their symbolism that they actually hold in their room, their podcast room. You'll see who's part of it and who's not. And don't forget, they have to give you 80% of that information, and 20% is that whole pullback. All right. Lots in 14 minutes that I just talked. Wow. All right, people. I will see you in my next video, and make sure you watch Final Cut and realize that all those chips and those memory chips that they want us to have. That's what they plan on doing. They've already have this. You don't even realize it. Go watch Minority Report. It's all the same thing. All right. See you. I'm out. I don't know how to turn this off. I think this is my second live I've ever done.